Alright, hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again from internet issues and disconnects and whatever else, but anyway, back with another Diablo Immortal video. Yeah, I had service outages all over the place today, and I wasn't able to get on here as soon as I would have liked to, and various other things came up, and so on and so forth, but here we are. Now, my goodness, what a mess of a lot of things today. I have yet to do this redemption code. I will be putting this whole thing into the video, all the steps that you should need to take. I'm going to try multiple avenues on this just to see what works and what doesn't. Live in this, I can't say live on the stream, but live in this recording as we go about here. So let's go ahead and break it down first and foremost, and then we'll talk into some other things as well that are very, very sketchy, and a lot of people are very upset about it, which honestly is no surprise at this point. They just kind of keep, I don't know, they keep doing things completely ass backwards, and there's a lot of reasons that they don't need to. There's many ways that they don't need to do certain things that they do, but here we are nonetheless. All right. So let's get in the redemption code. Let's go ahead and show that first on the screen. All right, so there it is. You've probably already seen this everywhere else. I was going to do a shorts video as well, but I've seen that too from other places. But also, I seen there was a lot of hiccups on this. As you can see at the bottom of the code, there is a redemption website you have to go to enter this in. But I'm going to try in-game first. The last one we had, we were able to do in-game. I completely understand now why they had to do this code. And by the way, it also says you must redeem this before December 13th. So there is a time limit on this one. You have, well, just over a month to redeem this one. Okay? The reason why they did the website, it's probably the App Store or the Play Store, whatever you want to call it, either one. They have some kind of weird policy. AFK Arena does the same thing with this. They have you go to one of their redemption websites. For whatever reason, the app stores don't like it when when developers of their own games give out free stuff. I don't know why. It just is what it is. So take that for what it is too. We're gonna go ahead and go into this. I'm gonna do this in game first to see if this works. Okay, so I'm gonna try the old way, and I'm doing this all on recording here so we can see. And I'm gonna try this, and we'll go from there, right? Okay, so here we go. Let me go ahead and move. I'll hide the code for right now. So it's Lich King is the code. I'm going to put it in all caps. Here's the little redeem button. I'm going to try this nonetheless here and see if it works. I honestly hope it does. Redemption success! Please check the mailbox to receive your gift. Well. I might not have to go through all that nonsense, so let's go ahead and see. And there it is. Poultry. Wow, that's it. Well, anyway, free stuff, yeah, but boy, having to have other people jump through hoops just to get this kind of thing. Yeah, so it works for me right off the gate. Other people, it might not. And for those that it might not, okay? For those that it might not, I'm going to go ahead and collect this stuff. All right, so that's what it should look like by doing it the old way. So if that, for whatever reason, does not work, again, one more time, put the code back up here. Go to the website here, diabloimmortal.com/redeem, which I'm going to go ahead and bring up right here. Okay, so then this is where it's at. Now what you have here is you select your server that you're on. Okay, no. So in my case, I'll put Ure, and then your player ID. The redemption code is obviously Lich King, but their player ID, if you don't know where it's at, there's a little question mark here that will tell you where to look for it on the screen here, where you can find it. I'm going to go ahead and show that better in game, so let's just do that instead. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so how to find your ID is right here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you go to the hamburger, as I refer to it, in the top corner in your game, because it looks like a hamburger. 2 buns and a slice of meat. Then you go on the settings button, and then at the bottom, as you can see, at the general tab and settings, at the very bottom, you will have a numeric code, which is your user ID number. So then you put that into the box and for the where it says player ID. And that's it. And then you put the promo code, of course, in the redemption slot here as Lich King, which I'll just that much. Okay, so all things bearing aside, you know, that's how this one works. If for whatever reason the one in game does not, all right. So I just wanted to make that completely as clear as could be, as clear as possible. They'll step you through, and obviously, if you still forget those steps once you get to this point, obviously there's the question mark, and it will tell you exactly what to do. Again, I completely understand, unfortunately, as this has been the case in a lot of mobile games, whenever developers themselves give out these promo codes and redemption codes or whatever, for whatever reason, after a time, the Play Store, App Store, whatever, it's like, we don't like you guys doing this, so you know, you can't do it that way. It's not legal by our policies and blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, whatever. So yeah, I don't know why they get to be that point, but whatever. Nonetheless, fortunately enough, mine worked in game, and then some have had a time before they actually get this code sent to them in game. You might have to restart your game by doing, if you do it on the website or what have you. The one in game redeemed immediately, as we can see. So again, hopefully that works out for you directly. All right, so that's enough on that. Spent plenty of time, more than I wanted to, on that, but hopefully that's clear as crystal. Okay. Now, the other thing that we're going to talk about here is people are extremely, extremely upset, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them in the least bit, because for whatever reason, okay, this is an issue too, the Fallen Citadel. This event popped up here. Here's the progress. So then the next day here, we will be logging into the game, and we'll get 3 rare crests upon login and claiming them here. All right, there is another one, which is the usual bit, the share the event here, which has always been, you just click on it, and then you go, and like in this case, you just go and save to device, and that should be the end of it, right? No, it's not working. It used to work in the past that way, no problem. This one, for whatever reason, is bugged out and not working, so it honestly kind of sucks, because I want my 6 keys. I know it's not much, but hey, take them whenever we can get the chance. And then, of course, some of you that desperately need the gold. 10,000 gold is a drop in the bucket, but at least it's something. Yeah, for whatever reason, this one doesn't work. So I don't know when or if they'll get around to fixing this. I'm not holding my breath to that, unfortunately, and that's where we're at with that one. Okay, moving on. Winds of Fortune. This one is the biggest contention for a lot of people, and again, like I said, I don't blame them in the least bit. The whole premise of this has been altered again this turnaround, and it's really, really ridiculous. If they were going to add a buff duration timer like this remaining, I think we might have had something like this before in the past, but I don't remember it still running while you were offline, and that is the biggest gripe that everyone has, and again, I don't blame them. They could have easily programmed this in. Other games have done it. There's no reason why they couldn't have done it here. They could have easily programmed it in to where it would pause upon, you know, logging out or game crashing, what have you. But no, this one, as soon as you activate it, it will run for only 24 hours the entire time, asleep or, you know, offline or what have you, regardless of the fact. So, yeah, pop it when you know you're going to be on the game at the very start of a session. Probably weekends would work best for most, I'm sure. So yeah, save it until you know you're going to be on for a while and make the most of it. The only thing we're really honestly getting benefit out of all of this is maybe the legendaries right now, trying to get essences, I guess, but this one caps out really, really quickly. Like really, really quickly. The percentage on this one, you see in the, I'm not going to look at that, but when you check this stuff, you'll be able to track it somewhere, and it will tell you like, oh, you've claimed 100% on this, and then you'll notice you won't get double legendaries anymore. It only happens like maybe 4 times. I think it's like 25% per drop or something. You'll get double, and then all of a sudden nothing. It's back to 1 again. It's like, oh, well, that was fast. So yeah, that one's not really that big of a deal. The double experience is nice, but that's not big of a deal. Double battle points, again, same thing. The double normal gems. Now this one will cap your weeklies faster. That's all that does. And the only benefit you're going to get out of this thing, since it's on a 24-hour buff, is, oh man, is for party gems. Make sure you get into a party, do like a Terror Rift or something, and really speed through this one as fast as possible, because you're only going to get, instead of like, I think 12 normal gems a day with party, you'll get 20, you'll get the 24, because it'll be double. But that's, I think, the only benefit out of all of this here. And that's it. That's honestly it. So for this event to go on as long as it does, you're going to be maxing this out really fast anyway. And yeah, so for those that obviously are upset about the 24-hour thing running the whole entire time, like I said, this burns through really fast. I haven't activated mine yet because I'm going to wait until I know for sure I'm going to get into a Terror Rift party for the day. I've already done that today in particular, so I'm going to wait until tomorrow probably to activate this one myself, and then run this whole thing through when I know I have more time allocated. And again, my internet went out for across all over the place, and it wasn't just me, but it was down. So of course it was a day after, when the world continued to go on even further fire than it already is in this country in particular. So yeah, so here we are. Hopefully I can, you know, I've cleared this up a little bit. Just be very careful whenever you want to use this. If you want to maximize everything that you want to get out of it, again, this stuff caps really fast. It's pretty ridiculous. But the double normal gems, the best benefit you're going to get is from being in a party, and you'll get 24 for the day instead of 12, as far as I can tell. So there you go. That's my suggestion anyway, if you haven't done it already, and I'm sorry if you have, and I'm sorry if there's any confusion, because here's this little bit. Now, at the tail end of this here, this was, I guess, in the blog post. As you can see here, while the Winds of Fortune is live, activate your 24-hour buff to receive this duplicate effect. Once activated, the buff is in real time and will end 24 hours after it's been initiated. Now, if you have not activated the buff within 24 hours of the event ending, it will be enabled automatically. So towards the end of this event's timer, at the 13th here, it will activate before that ends, no matter what. So it'll force you to use it, which is fine, because I mean, you might as well and make the most of whatever you can get out of it. Any rewards not claimed before the end of the event will be auto-claimed on the next login. Okay, so apparently, yeah, that was in the blog post. But see, here's the other thing, too, that some people have pointed out. When you go and activate this thing, it says the Goblin's Plunder buff will be activated, not this Winds of Fortune. So they just put, you know, this is another translation, lost in translation thing between the two sides of the two developers and what have you when implementing this into the game. Yeah, so it's pretty messy. It's pretty messy. It's pretty messily done. It could have been done way better in its approach and whatever else. But anyway, I've rambled on this long enough. Hopefully that sums up the whole mess of everything. I did have one other thing I wanted to say. I did a Hellslayer bounty, and my skills bugged out. Unfortunately, I didn't realize until after I got inside. I didn't realize that they were darkened. My skills were bugged. They would not operate. Now, I showed how to fix that in a previous video, where you have to zone somewhere else and then zone back to get your skills to be back again. So it seems to only occur most times with whenever you activate Hellslayer bounties, because you get that, you know, darkened edges around your screen until you complete it, which is kind of irritating, and I think that's what messes up the coding in the game to where your skills will bug out and not work at all. So make sure, if you go to the map that it tells you to, that your skills are lit up. Mine were blacked out and canceled. I could not activate any skills in there, even upon being, I think, killed off inside. The whole thing failed anyway, and yeah. And also, the problem with that was, since I didn't notice that, I got too ahead of myself. Make sure you really check, because I lost the Terror Essence in the process, and I lost 4 bounties in the process as well, because it failed. So yeah, that really sucks on all accounts across the board here. So anyway, it's been a mess. It's been a time. Let me know what you think in the comments down below of all your experiences in this. Hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully this makes everything as crystal clear as can be throughout all these these messes, and in real life and otherwise. So until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world and fire. Take care of yourselves as best you can. One day at a time. It's really, really, really all that we can do at this point. Until next time, see ya.